This is TWiT.
Russia is not doing so well with blocking internet services they dislike. As we discussed at the time back in April, and as I mentioned at the top of the show, the Russian agency responsible for censoring Russian citizen access to the internet, and I can't pronounce this, Roskomnadzor.
Exactly right.
Thank you, Leo.
Perfect.
They attempted to block, as we know, Telegram after Telegram ignored their threats of blocking the service. We'll recall that after that initial block, Telegram moved their servers into the cloud network space where, being served by Amazon and Google, which resulted in Russia blocking wide swaths of IPs, which blocked many more critical services than just Telegram. So it turns out it's easier said than done to block a service. And of course, for their part, Telegram users evaded the blocking by using VPNs and various available proxy services, after which Russia again countered by expanding its block list and ended up blocking even more. So now, and Reuters later reported in August of 2018 that Russia then started testing, and kind of went off of the news map, quote, more precise technology to block individual online services, though really it didn't make much news after that. So, and way back before that, back in 2016, Russia had also attempted to block LinkedIn with limited success. So, they want control over what happens in their country. And the problem is, as I said, it's easier said than done. So we're talking about this now because Russia has now set their sights on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, boy.
Good luck. I know. Exactly. Good luck. Roskomnadzor.
Roskomnadzor. If you say it like that, it just rolls off the tongue. Roskomnadzor.
Much better, Leo. Last December 17th, that agency, who you just mentioned convincingly, sent letters to both Facebook and Twitter, accusing them of failing to comply, as indeed they were, with a law requiring all servers that store personal data to be stored in Russia. They just said, no. The letters gave each company 30 days to provide a, quote, a legally valid response, unquote. Well, that time has passed. That was up last week, and neither company even bothered to reply. So the Wall Street Journal now reports that today that agency begins administrative proceedings against both companies. The Russian censorship agency said the social media networks hadn't submitted any formal and specific plans or submitted an acceptable explanation of when they would meet the country's requirements that all servers used to store Russians' personal data. I mean, come on, give me a break. All right, for Russian privacy's sake, to store Russians' personal data be located in Russia. Russia has previously threatened to block Facebook over its ongoing non-compliance with this data storage law in 2017 and in 2018. So this is not new. Anyway, this should provide some interesting fodder for the podcast because as we have, in the case of Telegram, you would think that would be more easy. And, and I wouldn't be surprised to learn that these large global mega services had deliberately adopted network architectures.
Oh, yeah. They're multi-homed. They're all over. Yeah,
exactly. That made blocking them extremely difficult.
By the way, Roskomnadzor is the FCC of Russia, and they call it RKN. if you just want to make it simple for yourself.
Roskomnadzor. Now, see, now that you said it right,
yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah, it's easy.
Roskomnadzor.
Everybody knows Roskomnadzor.
Roskomnadzor.
The Soviet Union, Roskomnadzor calls you.
You taught me how to pronounce Huawei, Leo, and I held on to that.
I have no idea if I'm saying it right. I'm just spelling it out. But
I like
literally RKN is allowed.